Welcome back to Kwani, the podcast. Welcome back to season 2. And thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. One thing I saw this week was a couple sitting together in a booth at a restaurant. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just two people who clearly knew each other very well. They weren't in that honeymoon phase. They weren't performing for the room. They were just present. Passing the ketchup without asking, finishing each other's sentences without forcing it, just laughing softly like they had inside jokes that were 10 years old maybe, I don't know. And it reminded me that love changes. It grows, it shifts, it matures. But also it requires something from us as we grow. And that brings me into today's episode. Today's episode is called Love Takes Levels. A lot of people think love is a feeling, but grown love, now that's a skill set. It's a language. It's emotional capacity. It's knowing what you can actually handle and being honest about the things you can't. I think you can't want love, but not have the bandwidth for it. You can love someone but not have the tools to love them well. You can also be a good person and still not be ready for partnership. That's why I say love takes levels. Where you are emotionally determines the kind of love you can maintain. Now let's talk about something real, because attraction is a part of a relationship. I have to be attracted to you in order for me to want to get to know you in some capacity. And people don't talk about this honestly. There was a study that said 48% of men would avoid intimacy if their partner gained 30 pounds or more. And another stat said 22% of men would pay for their partner's plastic surgery if they had the money. Now, I'm not judging anyone, but what this tells me is that people want unconditional love while having very conditional attraction. Love doesn't stay the same because we don't stay the same. Our bodies change. Our confidence changes. Life changes us. Partnership requires honesty about that. Honesty about desire, honesty about our health, honesty about where you're at emotionally, and what you're afraid to say out loud. Because if you can't keep it real with your partner, are you really being true to yourself? A lot of people think they want a partner, but what they really want is a mirror. Someone who keeps them comfortable, keeps them validated, keeps them feeling like the version of themselves they want to see. But partnership isn't a mirror. It's a team. And teams evolve. Teams adjust. Teams grow. Grown love is not about perfection. I think it's about adaptability. It's about saying, hey, I can love you through change, but I also need to feel seen as I change too. And that's a big, big, big level of emotional maturity. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Relationships fail not because the love disappears, but because communication stops adapting. The love you built at 25 will not be the same love you need at 35. And that's not a problem. That's growth. Love takes updates. Love takes new levels of honesty, new levels of vulnerability, new levels of even accountability. And if you don't grow, your relationship can't grow either. So here's my question for you this week. What level of love are you actually capable of right now? Not the level you want to be at, not the level Instagram says you should be at, but the level your emotional maturity can actually support. Because when you know your level, you choose partners who match your capacity, not your fantasy. This episode has deeply inspired me to look at my own emotional capacity. This episode has really taught me to value the person I'm with when I'm in relationships as well. And I hope that this episode touches my audience to the soul. And I just want to say thank you for being here with me. Love is not perfect, but love is intentional. And when you show up with the right tools, love becomes something you can build, something you can stand on, not something you chase. I'll see you next Monday on Kwani, the podcast.